What if any pH does it have?
Neutral. They're sanitizing solution. So let me preface that by saying, whatever the pH of your water is, your tap water is, that's the pH that the sanitizing solution is going to come out as. So we call it a neutral pH because most water in the United States is between 6 to 7.5 pH. Some places have it about 5.5, but most places is around the 6 to 7.5 pH. And neutral water is with 7.5 pH.
So since this is just water, you don't need an MSCS or ASCS?
It's water that actually converted into something else. So it is water with salt that converts into hydrochlorous. And we do have MSDS sheets for it.
So you need to do MSCS.
Would you say that it's electrolyzed water then?
Yes, it is electrolyzed water. Yeah. It's actually called electrochemical activation. That's the umbrella name for it. And then there's subsets of that within the industry. Our product is what we call a neutral pH because, for example, you guys remember Ecolab, right? Ecolab has a unit, it's called a hydrous. It's about yay high and yay wide. And their product is actually called a split stream. So what it does is splits the water into two parts. They put salt also, split the water into two parts. One part becomes a low pH acidic solution that's used to sanitize. The pH is about 2.5. So it's very, very aggressive with the surfaces. And then the other side of the water becomes alkaline. The pH goes up to about 11, and that's what it used to clean. So our product, we use both versions of the water at the same time. We don't split the water, we call it blended stream. I'll be in Vegas, yeah.
It's going to cover cost factors? Are you going to cover cost factors?
Not, I wasn't planning to do that, but you want me to talk about it? So,
I just wonder, like,
yeah.
in our
Yes.
hotels like that, it's important to know what the
Correct.
cost factors are.
So, how expensive are these things? Well, they vary. The tabletop version of the product is $395. That's for the kit. It comes with 2 decanters. It comes with a yellow top and a black top. We are launching a larger product. It's called a Trio Max at the ISSA show. And that comes with a 64-ounce decanter to make your cleaning solutions. That's going to be priced at $415. Our wine, the one that I showed you, that's going to be priced. We haven't set a final price on this yet, but it's going to be between $1,695 and $2,000. The hospital grade product is going to be about $900, but that's a specialized market that we're going to target that to. And then this product here is $5,400. So let me put it in context. It may sound like a lot of money, but the products out there that's in the market, for example, they run anywhere from $50,000 to about $15,000. So we're still significantly cheaper than a lot of those products.
So you're in the hotels, they go based on chemical processes, budgets and cost per occupied unit.
Correct. Yep.
So have you come up with some kind of numbers in reference to hotel fee?
We haven't done this for this specific product, but when we did analysis, we actually did an analysis about 3 years ago at MGM with Activion. And the cost per room, what I think was about 3 cents. And our product as a whole is actually cheaper than Activion. So you actually, the cost per room should actually be cheaper.
What would be the lifespan of, say, that equipment?
At least 5 years.
5 years. So that you say 5,000,
$5,400.
$5,400, 5 years.
Right, since the capital expense, you can depreciate it over, yeah, it's
So the
actually.
cost factor when you're doing all that.
Correct. Yep.
So as you go along, you got to continue to buy the catalyst,
The
right?
catalyst, correct. And
So you put the catalyst in that big machine there, and
yeah, so there's some reservoir tanks at the bottom, and there's hoses that actually sucks the catalyst out. There's fresh water coming through from a pipe, and it mixes it. There's a chamber at the back. It's called an electrolyzer that it goes in, and the electrical charge. It's actually a rare earth metal. It's called iridium. And it's very, very efficient at transferring electricity to the solution. So it actually goes in there and it creates that solution in there, and then it comes out. So
What if any cost factors have you come up with, you said you're doing the schools now. What kind of cost factors have you come up with the schools?
They're the ones that indicate to us that they actually reduce their chemical expenditure by about 75%, the ones that come down with us. And it takes a while before they become very efficient at doing things because there's a learning curve. So we think as they start to become more efficient at doing it, those cost factors are going to go down. We also think that our packaging is what contributes a significant amount of our costs. So we actually are in the process of changing our packaging, and that should reduce our costs by about 40% also.
So you're kind of talking about it, at the schools, do they do any kind of time management type of thing to see perfect how they used to clean before or how they clean now with this system? Is it the same time? Because that's an important thing in housekeeping, right? Because they have a certain amount of rooms and they have to finish it, right? So
I know Saanich have the school in Vancouver Island, British, BC, Canada. They did. I'm not familiar what those results were, but
that would be important of a sale, especially in a hotel, because that's important. Because with Derek, what you mentioned, that it sounds like we would need to do a food process thing on the surface, right? Because we need to clean it.
But it should be doing that right now.
Right.
So it's not changing that process. It's actually making your process more efficient. Because if you look at the products that we're using right now, the dwell time is significantly more.
That
than
makes
30 seconds. So by adapting to our products, you're actually reducing your process time.
You know, there was one big, I don't know if they're still using it, but there's a big hotel in Hawaii. They were doing a tank type of a system with electrolyzed water, with the water system, and I think salt was one of the tank. And I think they're still doing it, because I'm not quite sure the company says, I don't think they're doing it, but it's still doing it.
Okay. There's only a few companies that does ECA right now in the US. Ecolab is one, Tenant is another one. Our company. There's a company out of Canada, I think they just went out of business though. From their, I can't think of the name of the company. So there's a few of them. So, you know, have you seen the machine?
No, I have some pictures of it.
What color is it?
Actually, these are big tanks.
Okay.
And, I think maybe the teams people know, because I remember that it was told about that. The concerns I have for schools is because of the special education kids.
This is actually designed for that kind of environment. Because it's not going to, kids, they like experimental with things. So you probably want your kids to put the index and pull the trigger. It's not going to be good. Our product, we don't recommend that people drink it. It's not going to harm. It's going to taste really nice. You're going to get a supper stomach, but it's not as sweet, especially. Any questions, more questions?
Are you going to demonstrate it?
Yeah, I'll give you a quick demonstration. So, my company is actually owned by a medical equipment company that's here based out of Mexico. And when we came to market with our product, we actually had a scoop that we were using to measure the catalyst. And people hated it. They was like, they don't want to interact with it. So they said, like, you know what, we're going to lose this really, really quickly. So what we did, we actually went and designed a system that screws onto the bottle, and it actually pre-measures the solution field. So it's actually a really neat system. So how this works is I fill this up in water from the bathroom a little bit earlier, and I'm making a glass clean the solution out. So I'm just going to give this one quick turn, pre-measure solution, no interaction. All right? And so you notice that as soon as I put it on the base here, everything lights up. Right? If I put it on that way, nothing's happening. That's because there's a sensor at the bottom, magnetic sensor, and there's a sensor here in the base that recognizes when it's on correctly. So, and you press the button, And if you look, if you come closer, you're actually going to see that it starts effervescing. So it's actually taking the minerals. The electrical charge is actually fracking or breaking up the minerals inside, and it's converting it to a cleaning solution. This one takes about 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. Yeah.
When you use the big one,
The big one is
how does that
instantaneous.
So instantaneous.
Yeah, so what happened, the big one, turn it on, you have your tanks at the bottom, you have your fresh water in that. Right? So there's a hose that connects to the side here that goes into the tanks.
Right.
So if you want to make your glass cleaning solution, you press the button here, right? It selects the catalyst from the glass cleaning solution, it sucks it up, it mixes in the chamber back, and you have your glass cleaning solution. If you decide that you want to make sanitizing solution, you press the button here, select sanitizing solution, and does it
And
shut off.
this is connected to like bigger concentrates of that.
Yes, yes. So there's, you remember body jugs?
Yeah.
But 2.5 gallon body jugs sits at the bottom of these, 3 of them. So one of them has the glass, the blue solution. One of them has the brine for the sanitizing solution. Another one has the solution for the heavy duty cleaner. So, and that's it. And you could adjust the flow. You say if you want to really low flow, we could do up to about 1 gallon a minute.
Right.
If you need to make more than that, it goes up to 2.5 to 3 gallons a minute solution.
How long do you have to leave it in there to chart?
And this, about let's go for 4 months. Yeah.
That one is
This one.
Yeah, I don't even understand.
And it's actually pretty neat if you look inside. It's actually pretty simple. Everything is well engineered, well designed. So everything is modular. At the back of it, you have some filters that filters the water before it goes in. And also the chamber where it actually converts the water into the different solutions that you create.
So is there some kind of sensor built into that to tell you if the catalysts, as you use the word,
Yep.
are not up to snuff?
Yep, so there's a light here, there's sensors here that's going to tell you if it's not filling up enough solutions to do the job. So, and then it will show like you see that red light here right now. It's on, it's not getting anything.
Right.
So it's intuitive, it's like, okay, I'm not getting enough of something,
So
so
it defaults.
it's going to shut off.
What about having to prepare that?
So
Technician.
we have deployed this now in the field since about June. And we've had one problem. Georgia Tech, we got a call from them. Actually, 2 problems. Take that back. One of them had it at a high school in California, and it was a resistor on one of the circuit boards. The resistor failed, so it won't stop working. Another one, we got a call from Georgia Tech saying that, oh, our instrument is not working. So like, okay. And they started describing what's going on, and like, oh, I'm not familiar with that. So my business partner, he was going to go there tomorrow to take a look at it. So we got a call back from them earlier this week. Apparently, one of the plumbers went in and they put flow preventers, flow stopper or something in the line, and apparently created like some kind of an air suction problem.
Right.
So one of their engineers from one of the engineering firm came down because he was really intrigued by the technology, and he just blew into it, and apparently he blew the bubble and it started working. So, but whoever we decide to sell this product through in Hawaii, they will be responsible for the service. In the U.S., we have a national service company that we work with. They're called Triad. I don't know if they're an island. They call Triad, so they provide service for us nationally, and they also install for us nationally. So you're not stuck in there.
Is there a warranty on that?
2 years.
If you were to recommend to a hotel, say a 300-room hotel, with the different types that you have, which would you recommend?
Actually, I recommend a variety of them. A variety of them.
Variety of them?
Yeah. So, if you're concerned, if you want to make really strong sanitizing solution, I would probably recommend the RX. You make it for your toilet bowls and stuff like that. It actually cleans the toilet bowls like you have inside your toilet. So that's finished. So that's a signal that it's done. It's going to make a beeping noise, and then it's done. So yeah, we'll have to go to individual facilities and see what they want, what kind of programs they have in place, and then recommend something to them. But another big value to hotels, and we haven't already touched on this as yet, but we touched on it in a little bit. We are actually doing some studies at UGA, University of Georgia, and they're actually using our sanitizing solution to sanitize vegetables and stuff like that. So we should have our report by the end of the year, and then we're going to work with the FDA to get approvals to do that. But that's going to be another huge advantage where this can be deployed in more ways at one of your facilities now, in addition to just cleaning. So all of a sudden, the value is much, much more for the hotel than it was. And yes, you can actually wash laundry with a sanitizing solution. It's not going to damage your solution. It's not going to damage your laundry. So that's it.
The trio set that you say has that, I guess I'll call it a charging base.
Yes.
And then the two bottles.
Three bottles, actually.
Three
Yeah,
bottles?
there's 3 bottles. They're all color-coded.
And basically, that's all they will need,
That's all they would need.
that base, and then every bottle will be charged for whatever cleaning.
Correct. So these are the different capsules that you have. They're all color-coded based on what you want. So if you want sanitizer, red bottle, glass cleaner, the blue one, the greasing solution,
What do you call that, sir?
this one.
What do you call that?
Oh, we call it sanitizing.
The catalyst. Catalyst.
Yeah.
And so they would have to buy the catalyst?
Correct.
And what's the length of, I guess I would cost per unit.
So yeah, so 6 of these come in a case, 6 of the sanitizing catalysts come in a case. This makes about, each one of these bottles makes about 50 gallons of solution. Right? So the 6 of them retail is $21. So 50 times 6 is about 300 gallons of sanitizing solution for $21. This,
And if they say, okay, they're cleaning it, they have leftover in the bottle, as long as it's closed, it will last for
after 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Well, every day they're going to be using it, so they can add to it.
They can add to it. So,
Now, when they add water, so they have whatever is left, they add water to it, they put it on their charger.
you
Again.
can recharge it. Yeah. Recharge.
Quick question on electrical use. So that unit would have to be on only while it's making the product.
Oh, you can leave it on, it's not going to affect it. You mean the wall up to the unit?
You suggest to leave it on?
Yeah, you can do it, yeah, it's not gonna, yeah, it's solid state, so it's not gonna get overheated or anything of those things.
Oh, okay, so, and what would be like the electrical draw on something like that? You know, taking a look at putting in multiple units and the effect on the utilities.
I'm gonna have to get back to you with that specific question, let me give you my card, so, you can, dig me with that, so, I'll check with my engineer to see what that is actually, I don't want to give you incorrect information.
Thank you.
This is a convention center. So
Oh, yeah.
might be a good place to do a test test.
Yeah.
That's a monster account right there. Be nice to that lady.
But it's not a significant draw, but I don't want to give you wrong information, so let me check it in, and if you could send me an email, that'll be awesome. Or I can take your card and follow up with you.
You have a website.
Yes, it's you guys feel free to have my card.
You didn't really have to give away today, did you?
No, but Rose,
Yeah, go to the trip, Rose. So, bring that back. We'll all share it, one. I'll do the praise, I'll feel it out for That is a train. I'll fit in there. Okay, this is drive one.
Harry, trade, don't wait, trade 1 week. Next time you find it, it's found 1 week.
I'll put quite close, I think I put plenty in. Looks like that electric car says for your car.
yeah, good luck to
And I teach my kids that don't
Any other questions? Can I ask questions or?
Any other questions for us? Thank you. Let me just add that Sid is here in Honolulu until the 8th, am I correct?
Yes, that's right.
And he's staying at the Aston Waikiki Sunset. So please, if you have any questions, you can contact him. He has his card, but you can also call the hotel and leave a message with the operator. All right? Thank you very much, Sid. It was very educational and beneficial. And I hope maybe we'll get more coming to Vegas to take a look at this process. Anyway, we do want to thank you for making the trip over and being part of our chapter meeting today. Mahalo.
Can I watch?